All right. Welcome, everybody, to today's Community Services Committee meeting. It is July 5th. I am your chair, Councillor Chris Thiessen, and I'm joined today with my committee cohorts, Wendy Bosch, Grant Berg, and Mayor Jackie Clayton, as well as a consortium of council members here today to ask questions if they arise. So we'll call this meeting to order. And seeing we have no delegations today, I guess we'll just jump right into reports. And to that, I'll look to Director Cajolet for the Director Service Area Report. Ms. Cajolet.
Thank you, Chair Thiessen. So for the Community Knowledge Campus, the Grande Prairie Outdoor Pool is celebrating its 60th anniversary on July 16th. The pool will be open from 12 to 9:30 p.m. with free public swimming by donation. Donations will support Rise Above Aquatics, who will also be hosting a fundraising barbecue at the event. Activities will include themed pool and lawn games and door prizes. For events and entertainment, Grand Con, Grande Prairie's first Comic-Con event, will be held at the Bonnets Energy Centre from July 15th to 17th. All proceeds from the event will support the Odyssey House. The event has an exciting roster of celebrities, and tickets are available online at bonnetsenergycentre.com or at the door. For sports development, wellness, and culture, on July 1st, the city hosted annual Canada Day celebrations in Muskosipi Park. The event kicked off with a parade consisting of 61 floats, and many community members visited the park to take in food trucks, family activities, and live entertainment. Despite the weather, 96 guests enjoyed free access to the Grande Prairie Outdoor Pool. 501 people utilized free transit that day, and celebrations finished with spectacular fireworks at Muskosipi Park. CKC, which was also open during the stat holiday, hosted 708 guests at the campus on Canada Day. And that is the end of my report.
Thank you very much, Ms. Cajolet. Just a quick comment. Canada Day down in the park. It was probably the most active I have seen that park as far as city offerings, and lots of smiling faces, and nobody was overly pooled in one area. It was well spread out, and I think our staff did a great, fantastic job, as well as the fireworks afterwards and the parade. So all in all, big success. So pat everyone on the back that was involved there, because I've heard nothing but good comments, and my experience of it was amazing, even though I was dressed up like a Sasquatch for half of it. So thanks. Any questions for Director Cajolet? Mr. Berg.
Yeah, thank you, Chair Thiessen. Actually, more of a comment. I just actually want to thank previous council administration for saving the Bear Creek Pool that is now celebrating 60 years. I love that mid-century modern architecture, and I just see the value in having an outdoor pool. So just an appreciation piece as it celebrates 60 years of an outdoor pool. That as a citizen, I love it. And again, thank you to previous council administration for choosing to restore rather than replace.
Thank you for those comments, Councillor Berg. Yes, thanks to our administration, and better thank the lady sitting 2 chairs down from you, because she was a dogged fighter for that outdoor pool to get funded. So anyways, thanks to Mayor Clayton too. Any further questions or comments? Seeing none, we'll move right along. We have no correspondence, and we do have something in other business by a gentleman named Grant Berg here to talk about the abandoned newspaper dispensing machines.
Yeah, thank you, Chair Thiessen. As I drive around and as I'm trying to get myself back in shape and walking a number of neighborhoods, I see a lot of abandoned newspaper boxes, and there are actually no published newspapers in Grande Prairie anymore. So the two specifically was a publication called 24 Hours, and it was put out by Quebecor quite some time ago. It actually stopped publishing in Edmonton back in 2013. So these boxes have sat in our neighborhoods for 9 years now. As we also know, the Daily Herald Tribune has stopped publishing as well, and they've got newspaper boxes all over the city. So they stopped publishing May of 2021. And all of these boxes are now sun-faded, beat up, graffiti. They're not attractive on our streets. I see some at bus stops that serve no purpose. I see them blocking laneways. So I guess more than anything, I just want to find out what's the process on getting these properly removed, if there is somebody responsible with Quebecor or the Daily Herald Tribune's parent company, Post Media. How do we remove these from our neighborhoods? Under what process? I'm not sure if there was licenses to identify all where these locations were, or if we're able to sell these for scrap metal, if the city's responsible for removing these. So I guess that's essentially the thought behind me bringing this forward.
Well, thanks for bringing it forward. I tend to agree with you on that. They are looking kind of beat up, and I do wonder what we can do in repurposement. Look like our city manager, Mr. Arlen Miller, might have had an idea or two that he'd like to share.
Thanks, Chair Thiessen. Councillor Berg did give me a heads up on the item, so we have been making some inquiries into it already, and we can either bring back a report or we'll bring an update through the director's update in the future, but we will dig into it and find out what the status is, if they can be removed and recycled or repurposed. Somebody did say that the Town and Country newspaper is using some of the boxes, so we'll inquire on that aspect as well, but and then we'll try to get it cleaned up.
Okay, yeah, so if I could make a motion that committee recommend administration explore options for the removal of these abandoned newspaper boxes.
Okay, thank you very much. That motion is in order. I did have a question in the queue, though, from Councillor Bosch.
Thank you, Chair Thiessen. I guess before we go and remove them everywhere, maybe there's an option to use them for, you know, leave a book, take a book kind of idea, right? So I would like to see that explored first before we remove them all, if you're okay with that.
Or as part of it, options for purposing or repurposing or removing.
Yeah.
If we can get them painted up in something unique for something like that, I think that would be a great idea.
It could be a summer art project for some of our art students. I heard Town and Country over there as well. Heck, if we brought the community connections back, we might even be able to throw those in a few. I have Mayor Clayton in the queue.
Chair Thiessen, just echoing those thoughts, I wondered if we could work maybe with some neighborhood associations who are sort of doing that program. Maybe you're looking for that. And I also wondered if just let's put a little piece out there. Maybe some of the schools could use them for something. School newsletters at the front door of a school. I don't know. You know, we don't want them to be, anytime we move them and fill them with something, we potentially set them up to be vandalized. However, some neighborhoods are doing great programs with the Swap a Book program. So thanks for that idea, Councillor Bosch.
Thanks for that. Your ideas as well, Mayor Clayton. I got Councillor Burke.
Yeah, I think that would be quite easy with the 24 hours because I believe those newspapers were free. Anything that would be owned by the Daily Herald Tribune would be locked to access. You'd have to put a loonie in, so you'd have to find some way to bypass their coin system.
Yeah, no, that's relatively easy enough. I think you just take out the coin slot and then boom, just like an old pool table. But I think we got it, and we do have a motion on the floor. Any further discussion or debate or great ideas coming from council? Amen. Seeing none, I'll call the question. And that motion passes. Thank you, Councillor Berg, for your thoughtful considerations and active motion to hopefully create something better in our community through the waste that we have produced. Anyways, moving right along, we got item 6, bylaw and policy review. This is smoke-free public places bylaw amendment C1278C, and I'll look to Angela Redding to present here.
Thank you, Chair Thiessen. Recently, administration identified a gap in the current smoke-free public places bylaw C1278 listing of recreational assets, and had initially intended to add new city assets such as the CQC grandstand and the outdoor pool. In consulting with other internal stakeholders, it was determined that a more appropriate approach would be to amend the definition of recreation facility. This proposed amendment allows for an overarching definition versus a process for annual reviews of city-owned or operated facilities and assets. Administration is requesting committee recommend council give 3 readings to bylaw C1278C, being an amendment to the smoke-free public places bylaw. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that, Ms. Redding. I'll look around for any questions or comments. Just one question that I have. Recently, the mayor and I were at the Pride, and we were just standing outside. I was partaking in a bad habit. The mayor was standing with me, but I noticed that the sign up above the entrance to the Bonnett's Energy Center said no smoking within 5 meters of doorway. And I was pretty certain that we had changed that to 10 meters. So as part of maybe this, perhaps a quick review of our signs and how we advertise to the public on how far they should be standing away from the doors. Entries might be in order. But I guess I'll look to you for a response there.
Most certainly we'll do that. Are you referring to the entrance at the Eastlink Center?
No, just the Bonnets Energy Center, and I wondered if we might have to update all of our signs around around the community.
I will make sure that we look into that. Thank you.
Cool. Seeing no questions or comments, I guess I'll look for a motion to any member of committee. Thanks, Councillor Bosch.
Thank you, through the chair. I recommend council give 3 readings to bylaw C1278C, being an amendment to the smoke-free public places bylaw.
Thank you for that, Councillor Bosch. That motion is in order and as recommended. Any discussion or debate on it? Seeing none, I will call to question. And that motion passes unanimously. And with no other business, we'll turn right to our outstanding items list, and we'll look for an update there from Ms. Casually.
Thank you, through the chair. Item ID 1198 was presented today, so administration proposes that could be removed from the list. All other reports are scheduled to be presented as for the dates proposed on the outstanding items list.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Ms. Casually. Councillor Bosch.
Thank you, Chair Thiessen. I move that committee receive the July 5th, 2022 outstanding items list as amended for information.
Thank you very much. That motion is in order, and we'll call it to question. That motion carries 4-0 unanimously, and thus concludes our Community Services Committee meeting today. Thank you very much for your attendance and for watching online if you are there, and we'll be right back shortly for our next committee. Thank you.